Every day you're building something, a habit, a reputation, a future. Whether you realize it or not, discipline is doing the construction little by little. It shapes your character, and your character quietly decides the life you will live. No one escapes this law. Every choice is a brick, every action a tool, every repeated behavior is another line drawn on the blueprint of who you are becoming. Discipline is not a word many like to hear. It sounds hard, demanding, restrictive, yet it is the one thing that has built every life of peace, strength, and success. Because discipline doesn't limit you, it defines you. It doesn't take freedom away, it gives you mastery over yourself. Without discipline, you drift. You live by impulse instead of intention. You move wherever the wind of circumstance blows, without realizing that every unguarded moment is shaping a destiny you never chose. Discipline is the quiet craftsman of greatness. It works silently in the background while the world looks elsewhere. It doesn't shout, it doesn't rush, it doesn't seek approval. It simply shows up, day after day, turning small decisions into remarkable outcomes. You won't find it in grand speeches or sudden bursts of inspiration. You'll find it in the simple things, in how you rise when you'd rather rest, in how you keep your word when no one would know if you didn't, in how you do the task before you, not because it's easy, but because it's yours to do. That's where character is built, not in applause, but in silence, and character is destiny. Because in the end, life doesn't give us what we want, it gives us what we are. The disciplined person builds strength where others make excuses. They do the small things well, and life, in time, rewards them with the big things. They understand that effort may not pay immediately, but it always pays eventually. Discipline is not punishment, it's preparation. It's what turns ordinary people into dependable ones, potential into performance, and dreams into plans that stand the test of time. It's the steady voice inside that says, "Do it anyway." When comfort calls, it answers with commitment. When doubt whispers, it replies with direction, and slowly, quietly, discipline shapes something deeper than achievement. It shapes identity. You become the kind of person who finishes what they start, who keeps promises, who can trust themselves. And once you trust yourself, the world begins to trust you too. Without discipline, talent is wasted. With it, even average ability becomes extraordinary, because discipline turns effort into excellence and habit into heritage. So if you ever wonder where your future is being built, don't look far ahead. Look at your daily decisions, because that's where destiny hides. The person you'll become 10 years from now is being formed right now, in the choices that feel small, in the moments that seem unimportant. Every repetition is a vote for the future you. Every sacrifice is a seed planted in the soil of tomorrow. And one day, when others call it luck, you'll know better. You'll know it was discipline all along. Why discipline shapes the person you become. Discipline is the unseen force that quietly turns intentions into identity. Long before it affects your results, it affects your nature. It works from the inside out, shaping you in ways that only become obvious years later. People often think discipline is about doing hard things. But at its core, discipline is about becoming someone you can rely on. Someone steady, someone anchored, someone whose actions line up with their values. Every time you practice discipline, you cast a vote for the kind of person you're becoming. You strengthen the part of you that chooses responsibility over impulse, purpose over comfort, and long-term growth over short-term ease. That's why discipline builds character. It teaches you to follow through, even when the mood you made the promise in has faded. It trains your mind to lead your feelings, instead of letting your feelings lead your life. A person without discipline may have ambition, talent, intelligence, but they move without direction. Their potential is scattered, their progress inconsistent. They start strong and fade quickly because there is nothing holding them steady when life becomes inconvenient. Discipline is that steadiness. It's the inner structure that keeps you from collapsing under your own excuses. It's the quiet strength that makes you dependable in a world where most things change with the wind. Character is not revealed in big moments. It's built in small ones. It's formed in the way you honor your word, the way you carry out simple duties, the way you continue when no applause is coming and no one is watching. That's where discipline takes root. In the ordinary, in the unnoticed, in the daily rhythm of choosing the right thing over the easy one. Discipline also teaches humility. It reminds you that excellence is earned through repetition, not talent alone. It removes the illusion of shortcuts, showing you that progress is not an event, it's a practice. And with every practice, the distance between who you are and who you aim to be becomes smaller. Eventually, the disciplined person develops something rare: self-trust. They learn that they can rely on themselves to take action, to stay committed, to push forward, even when circumstances are not ideal. This self-trust is the foundation of confidence, not the loud, fragile confidence based on praise, but the quiet confidence based on character. When discipline becomes a way of life, you no longer wonder whether you'll follow through. You simply do, because it's who you've become. Discipline does not just change what you achieve. It changes who you are. It shapes your patience, your resilience, your integrity. It strengthens the part of you that chooses growth over comfort, responsibility over excuse, and purpose over convenience. You can't always control what happens around you, but discipline ensures you can control what happens within you. And once the inner world is ordered, the outer world begins to shift as well. That's why discipline is not just a tool. It's a transformer. It turns potential into reality, intentions into habits, and habits into identity. Because in the end, success is not something you reach, it's someone you become. And discipline is the architect of that becoming. How daily habits quietly decide your future. Your future isn't built in the big moments. It's built in the small ones you barely notice. It's built in the routines you repeat, the choices you make when no one's around, the things you do so often that they become part of who you are. Daily habits are the small hinges that turn the great doors of your life. They don't look powerful, they don't feel dramatic, but they shape everything that comes after. A single day doesn't seem important, but 1,000 days shaped by the same habits create an entirely different life, for better or for worse. When you look at someone who has achieved something meaningful, it rarely comes from one grand act. It comes from hundreds of quiet decisions stacked on top of each other, a little discipline here, a little consistency there, and before long, momentum begins to form, first as a whisper, then as a steady rhythm, then as a force strong enough to shape destiny itself. Habits are your daily vote for the person you will become. Every choice you make, to work or to avoid, to learn or to ignore, to act or to delay, is a message sent into your future. A disciplined person and an undisciplined one start with the same raw material, a day. But what they do with that day determines everything. The undisciplined mind drifts toward ease. The disciplined mind moves toward purpose. One spends the day, the other invests it. Your habits don't just shape your results, they shape your expectations. If you keep your word to yourself in small things, you begin to expect more from yourself in big things. If you repeatedly let yourself off the hook, you quietly lower the ceiling of your own potential. There's a powerful truth hidden in everyday life. We become excellent at whatever we practice, even if what we practice is avoidance. When you repeat effort, effort becomes natural. When you repeat excuses, excuses become natural. Life reflects whatever you rehearse. And the remarkable thing is, you cannot escape habits. You will always have them. The only question is whether they help you or hinder you. Good habits are uncomfortable at first. Bad habits are comfortable at first. Both switch places with time. Good habits become easy. Bad habits become heavy. And discipline is simply choosing the discomfort that leads to growth over the comfort that leads to regret. Your habits also shape your identity. If you read daily, you begin thinking of yourself as a learner. If you stay consistent with your work, you begin thinking of yourself as responsible. If you take care of your health, you begin thinking of yourself as someone who values their future. Identity follows action, not the other way around. That's why disciplined habits create powerful self-belief. They give you evidence day after day that you are someone capable, someone reliable, someone in motion. And once you believe that, opportunities, relationships, and achievements begin to align with that belief. Your habits write your story long before the world reads it. The victories you want tomorrow begin in the discipline you practice today. They never stay small. They grow, they compound, they multiply, and sooner or later, they reveal the destiny you've been building all along. The link between discipline, character, and long-term success. Success in any field or any generation is never an accident. It is always the natural outcome of the kind of person you become along the way. This is why discipline and character are tied so closely together. You cannot develop one without shaping the other. And when both are aligned, long-term success stops being unpredictable, it becomes inevitable. Character is the sum of your repeated choices. It's the truth about who you are when no admiration, no reward, and no audience is present. It's what remains when the noise is gone. And discipline is the architect of that truth. It builds patience where there used to be impatience, strength where there used to be hesitation, consistency where there used to be chaos, honor where there used to be convenience. Character isn't formed in pressure, it's revealed there. It is formed in quiet, steady discipline long before life puts you to the test. A disciplined mind becomes a dependable one. A dependable person becomes a trustworthy one. And trust, from yourself and from others, is the invisible currency behind every meaningful success. There's a quiet rule in life. People rise to the level of their character and fall to the level of their habits. Discipline strengthens both. A person who practices discipline builds endurance, not just physical endurance, but moral and emotional endurance. They learn to stay committed when things get dull, to stay calm when things get difficult, and to stay honest when things get tempting. This is the kind of character that lasts. This is the kind of character that opportunities naturally move toward. Long-term success demands qualities that discipline naturally develops. Consistency, showing up day after day, even when the excitement is gone. Integrity, doing what's right because it's right. Responsibility, taking ownership instead of placing blame. Resilience, the ability to bend without breaking. These aren't things you stumble into. They are things you strengthen through repeated disciplined action. Success without character is never stable. It may shine for a while, but it eventually collapses under its own weight. But success built on discipline and character has roots, deep ones. It doesn't crumble under pressure because it was built under pressure. There will always be people who chase shortcuts, quick wins, fast rewards, overnight success. And for a moment, they might appear ahead. But without character, they cannot hold what they gain. Without discipline, they cannot repeat what they achieve. Meanwhile, the disciplined person keeps moving, keeps improving, keeps building, quietly, steadily, patiently. Their progress may not look dramatic at first, but it is durable because it is built on who they are, not what they have. Long-term success is simply the outer reflection of inner order. When your habits are disciplined, your character becomes solid. When your character is solid, your decisions become wise, and when your decisions are wise, the future becomes something you shape instead of something you fear. Discipline is not the enemy of freedom. It is the doorway to it. It frees you from weakness, from regret, from inconsistency. It frees you from the version of yourself that never quite follows through. And once you live that way, with discipline shaping your character, your success is no longer luck. It's simply the logical result of the person you've become. Why small, consistent actions matter more than big intentions. Big intentions feel powerful, but they don't build anything. They inspire you for a moment. They lift your spirits for a day, but unless they're followed by disciplined action, they fade like smoke. Life rewards what you do, not what you plan, and this is where many people misunderstand progress. They believe success comes from massive effort, one dramatic push, one impressive decision, one heroic burst of energy. But strong beginnings are common. Strong follow-through is rare, and it's the follow-through that shapes destiny. Small actions repeated consistently will always defeat big intentions handled occasionally. You don't become disciplined by making enormous promises. You become disciplined by keeping small ones. You don't change your life in a single day. You change it in the small choices you repeat every day. A 5-minute habit doesn't look like much. Neither does a single page read, a short walk taken, a small task completed on time, a little practice done quietly. But these tiny movements have something enormous inside them: momentum. Momentum doesn't come from intensity, it comes from consistency, and once momentum begins, it grows on its own. A small action builds confidence. Confidence builds a stronger action. A stronger action builds a habit. And the habit, once formed, builds a future. That's why discipline thrives in the ordinary. It loves the small spaces, the early mornings, the quiet evenings, the moments where no one sees anything changing but you. Small actions have another secret power. They are possible on the days when motivation is nowhere to be found. A big intention needs excitement. A small action only needs commitment, and that makes all the difference. The disciplined person doesn't ask, "How much can I do today?" They ask, "What can I do consistently?" Because they understand something most never learn. A little done daily outgrows a lot done once. Look at anything great, anything sturdy, lasting, admired. It wasn't built in a single moment. It was built in layers, in repetitions, in steady hands returning day after day to the same work. Your character is no different. It's not shaped by one decision, but by a lifetime of small decisions, stacked quietly on top of each other. The person who practices discipline in the little things becomes someone who can be trusted with the big things. The person who cannot handle the small tasks never manages the larger ones, not because they lack ambition, but because they lack structure. Small, consistent actions sharpen your identity. They remind you, "I keep my word." They strengthen your belief, "I don't quit." And over time, they build an inner reputation, the kind that matters far more than any outer one. You begin to trust yourself. The world may not notice your small disciplines, but life will. Opportunities respond to the person who shows they can be counted on. Success gravitates toward consistency like a compass to true north. Big intentions make you feel good today. Small actions make you proud tomorrow. Because in the end, destiny is not built by rare moments of greatness, but by regular moments of discipline, done faithfully, patiently, even quietly, until one day the results are too large for anyone, including you, to ignore. Principles that guides a disciplined and purposeful life. We become what we think about, not occasionally, not once in a while, but consistently, the same way discipline works. His message was never about quick success, shortcuts, or grand moments. It was about the slow, steady shaping of the mind, and how that shaping, done with discipline, becomes the blueprint for an extraordinary life. The mind is a workshop, and discipline is the craftsman that keeps it clean, focused, and productive. Without discipline, the mind drifts. It entertains fears, doubts, resentments, and wasteful thoughts. With discipline, it stays centered on purpose, growth, and service. That's why attitude is everything, because attitude directs discipline, and discipline directs destiny. These principles are not theories, they are practices, simple, quiet, powerful. Number 1, clear thinking brings clear living. Emphasize thinking, deliberate, calm, intentional thinking, not reacting, not rushing, just sitting with your own mind until what matters becomes clear. Discipline gives you the patience for this. It slows your pace just enough to see the world with clarity rather than confusion. A disciplined thinker becomes a disciplined doer. Number 2, purpose must come before effort. One of his core beliefs was that effort without direction is wasted. You can work tirelessly and still end up far from where you meant to go. Discipline teaches you to ask, "Where is this leading?" before asking, "How fast can I get there?" Purpose sharpens discipline. Discipline strengthens purpose. Together, they form a life with structure and meaning. Number 3, service is the path to growth. Service, not as a moral obligation, but as a practical law of success. If your work helps others, life finds a way to help you. Discipline ensures that your service isn't sporadic or accidental. It becomes consistent, reliable, and genuine. And with consistency, your influence begins to grow quietly and steadily. Number 4, Control your mind, or it will control you. Your mind, left unmanaged, will wander into fear, laziness, and distraction, but a disciplined mind becomes a powerful ally, clear, calm, and focused. You choose your thoughts. Your thoughts shape your actions become your life. Discipline is the guardian at the gate of the mind. Number 5. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Progressive realization means moving a little closer each day. Not leaping, not sprinting, just advancing, consistently. This is the heart of discipline, showing up daily, not waiting for inspiration or perfect conditions. A disciplined life moves with quiet confidence. It grows in seasons, not in flashes. Number 6. Thought plus action plus time equals transformation. Thought sets direction. Action sets momentum. Time creates results. Discipline is the ingredient that binds the three together. Without it, thoughts remain dreams. With it, dreams become character, and character becomes destiny. So, when everything is said and done, discipline is not about rules or pressure. It's about becoming the kind of person who can be trusted with their own future. It shapes you quietly, day by day, decision by decision. It builds character where there once was uncertainty, strength where there once was hesitation, and direction where there once was drift. No one sees the work at first. No one applauds the early mornings, the repeated efforts, the quiet self-corrections. But life sees them. Life always sees them, and in time, it rewards them. Discipline turns ordinary days into stepping stones. It turns small actions into lasting advantages. It turns potential into a life you can look back on without regret. Your destiny isn't written in dreams. It's written in your daily choices. It's revealed in the habits you repeat when you're tired, uninspired, and tempted to quit. Those are the moments that decide who you become. Those are the moments discipline was made for. You don't need perfection. You don't need brilliance. You only need the quiet courage to stay with the work long enough for it to shape you. Because once discipline becomes part of you, so does strength. So does confidence. So does success. You build discipline, then discipline builds you. And the life that follows is simply the natural result of the person you've become. And that is how discipline creates character, and character, in time, creates destiny.